Your grandparents worked one job for 40 years, then retired with a pension that paid them until they died. Your parents might get a fraction of that. You'll probably work until you physically can't anymore. This isn't pessimism. It's math. Retirement systems worldwide were designed when people died at 70. Now they live to 90. They were built when 5 workers supported each retiree. Now it's 2. The retirement age is rising in every developed nation. Pensions are being cut. And the generation entering the workforce today faces a simple reality: the system that promised you rest at the end of your working life is breaking. Today we're going to explain why retirement is disappearing, which countries are in the worst trouble, and what you can actually do about it. Most pension systems work like this: current workers pay taxes that fund current retirees. It's called pay as you go. And it only works when there are enough workers. In 1950, there were 7 working-age adults for every person over 65. Today, that ratio is 4 to 1. By 2050, it will be 2 to 1. This is the demographic time bomb. People are living longer and having fewer children. It's happening everywhere, from Japan to Germany to the United States. When the baby boomers were working, the system had plenty of money. Now they're retiring, and there aren't enough young workers to replace them. Governments have 3 options: raise taxes on workers, cut benefits for retirees, or raise the retirement age. Most are doing all 3. France tried to raise the retirement age from 62 to 64. Millions took to the streets in protest. But the math doesn't care about protests. You can't fund 30 years of retirement with 40 years of work when there aren't enough workers paying in. Let's look at how bad this gets around the world. Japan is the canary in the coal mine. Nearly 30% of its population is over 65. Adult diapers outsell baby diapers. The retirement age is rising to 70, and many companies are asking workers to stay until 75. Germany's pension system will be insolvent by 2035 without major reforms. Italy is even worse. Spain has one of the lowest birth rates on Earth. China implemented the one-child policy for decades. Now it faces the fastest aging population in human history. 400 million people will be over 60 by 2035. The United States projects Social Security will only pay 77% of promised benefits by 2034. That's not a prediction, it's in the trustees' own report. Even oil-rich nations like Saudi Arabia are worried. They built their economies on young populations that are now aging. This isn't a crisis coming in 50 years. It's happening now. Here's the generational betrayal nobody talks about. Boomers will largely get their promised retirements. They paid in during the good years and are cashing out now. Gen X might get reduced benefits. But millennials and Gen Z? They're paying into systems that likely won't exist when they're old. Meanwhile, they face stagnant wages, crushing housing costs, and student debt that makes saving nearly impossible. The average millennial has saved $17,000 for retirement. They need at least $1 million. And the gig economy means fewer workers have employer pensions at all. Uber drivers and freelancers get nothing. We've created a system where young people fund old people's retirements while being unable to save for their own. That's not sustainable. It's a transfer of wealth from the young to the old. Here's what nobody wants to say out loud. The concept of retirement is historically new. For most of human history, people worked until they died or until family took care of them. The idea that you work until 65, then spend 20 or 30 years in leisure, was only possible because of a specific demographic moment: lots of workers, few retirees, and shorter lifespans. That moment is ending. What replaces it might look like Japan, where elderly workers staff convenience stores and offices well into their 70s. Or it might look like a return to multi-generational households, where families care for their own elderly. Either way, the 20th century dream of retirement is becoming a luxury that most people simply won't be able to afford. So what can you actually do? First, don't count on government pensions. Treat any state retirement benefits as a bonus, not a foundation. Save as if they won't exist. Second, start saving now, even small amounts. Compound interest needs time. $100 a month starting at 25 is worth more than $500 a month starting at 45. Third, invest in your health. The biggest retirement expense is healthcare. Staying healthy is a financial strategy. Fourth, think about what retirement means to you. Full stop at 65? Or maybe part-time work you actually enjoy into your 70s. The happiest elderly people often keep working in some capacity. Finally, have honest conversations with family about long-term care. The nursing home model is unaffordable for most. Multi-generational support might be the future whether we like it or not. The retirement your grandparents had is gone. But you can still build security if you start now and plan realistically. Subscribe for more on the forces shaping our future. And tell me in the comments, at what age do you actually think you'll retire?